once you get right. Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Ken, and along with my good buddy Ken Brown, we are here today to talk local sports here on Wyandotte Cable Channel 15 and YouTube, looking up under Local Sports Wrap-Up. Today is the 18th day of October 2021. Ken Brown had the man's trip last week, and I want to hear all about it. You took 2 football games, Washington, D.C., and that crazy Monday nighter in Baltimore.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. The Redskins Stadium's older, but it's really refined. It's nice. We had a ball. The tailgating Redskins, or the Washington football team, was way better than Baltimore. But Baltimore was great. It was a great game. Monday night, I think they scored 16 or 18 points in the fourth quarter. I lost my voice. The crab in Baltimore is phenomenal. Just good times, you know, with buddies. It was 14 of us that went.
14, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's our 20th and 21st stadiums that we've seen as a collective, and it was awesome, man.
Hey, you only got 11 left.
Yeah.
11 left.
Some we got to double back because the 49ers have changed stadium since. The Falcons have a new stadium since. But it's a good time, man.
Yeah.
Got to do it.
Well, you know, it's a group of guys. Anytime you're together with a group of guys.
Couple pops.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though. That was a pretty cool trip, man.
What about your trip? Tell me about it.
Well, Hawaii's always nice. And you know what? I flew right over that new Rams stadium when we landed in L.A. It's right there. They replaced the old horse track that burned down all them years ago. That's where they built it. It's right outside the stadium. I mean, right outside the airport. You can see it as you take off and land. Wow. And we could have drove by it, but we didn't. But it was great. You know, I did 6 days of Hawaii, and I did 5 days of Southern Cal, 2 days of a Pearl Jam concert. Then we saw Hamilton the next day. Talk about a busy. I needed a vacation when I got home for the vacation. Ask my bowling team, man. I was miserable when I went Wednesday to bowling. I was like, I don't want to be here, guys. I don't want to be here.
I'm in Hawaii.
Anyway, a lot to cover. Good to have you back. Okay.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
You know, and maybe next time I'll tag along.
Yes.
Put a little.
Yes. Put a little color in it.
That's what I was gonna say.
Probably better for me. Go.
Yeah, it's probably better for you. Well, we got football scores from last week, Friday night. Wyandott's back on top. They won a game, played Etzel Ford. Let's put them up there. Allen Park 38-0 over Trenton. That was a little surprising. Woodhaven not 43-7.
And then Wyandotte did beat Etzel Ford 19-7.
Yes.
It's a good defensive struggle. Taylor picked up a win against Lincoln Park 18-0. And then Carlson. They kept their one loss, right, with 35-28 over Lakeland. Yeah,
they were their non-league game, and they're only one of the few to win the non-league game. I think only 2 teams so far have won the non-league game.
Yeah, and we got some more downriver news, too. Riverview beat Grocio 52-14.
Nice.
New Boston Huron beat Flat Rock 16-8. Sounds like the kickers were hurt, right? All 2-point conversions.
Warren, Michigan Collegiate 22, Summit Academy zip. And Redford Union 34, Melvindale 14.
Cabrini, Allen Park Cabrini 34, Waterford Our Lady of Lakes 13. And then on Saturday, Riverview Gabriel Richard. That score wasn't in yet. It was 37. It says 37-7, maybe.
37-7.
37 it is in. Good.
Yeah,
37-7.
That P came in. And whoever copied and pasted that.
Guy. Yeah. 37 points to 7.
But there was a lot going on this last week, and the weather was nice. We sent our roving reporter Caroline Southerby out to. They dedicated the tennis courts here in Wyandotte, and if you don't know where they're at for the school, they're actually probably more behind the Board of Education than they are by the school. They're a couple blocks away from the school, actually, and they've been redone, and they dedicated them. And we actually have some film of that. Oh, it's a little early. Yeah, there we go.
Here we go.
That's everybody practicing as they got loose there. That's our state finals team, too. They're going to the state championship.
Go Bears.
Go Bears.
won the league. They took 23 out of a possible 24, and then they won the regional. They took 28 out of a possible 32.
And they're going to the state finals
to the state tournament.
That's going to be when?
This weekend. Starts Friday.
Hey, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Does this new place help? A halfway decent tennis
The
court?
courts are phenomenal. We love them. We do.
All right, well, we're going to start because our men's tennis team is headed to States tomorrow. So this is their last practice, and we want to make sure that they're ready to go and sent off on a positive note. I want to thank Mr. Kirby, our school board president, for being here. This whole thing happened because of a gentleman who saw all that John had done and nominated this complex to be named in his honor. And so that's what brings us here. So Scott Gillespie, I want to say thank you for that. You all know John on various levels, but I'm going to have Mr. DeSena to say a few words of what it is meant to have John in our tennis community.
Thank you. Yes. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody here. I know a lot of you were at the board meeting last night, and we appreciate that. It is like I said last night, it's a great honor. He's been a friend of the tennis family, the friend of all the students in Wyandotte Public Schools for over 40 years. And like I said, it's an honor to be here to dedicate these courts in John Garvey's name. And thank you all for being here. I know we've got a lot of tennis community here. We've got our team here. And these kids are probably the most fortunate team around. They have John as a coach, they have Pat Haley as a coach, and Joe Lozelle as a coach. And they've all learned from each other and passed the torch down, and that's what makes our tennis program what it is. And I want to thank all you guys for that. And without further ado, I'd like to hand the scissors over to Mr. Garvey so he can cut the ribbon.
You got to get that.
As you can see there, that was Catherine Cost, our superintendent, whose either daughter or niece is the track star and the swimmer. She is the superintendent of our school system. And then Tom DeSena, the second man to speak. Well, he's the athletic director. And I will say, he's my boss when I coach bowling. I stopped in there today to talk about a few things because we were already setting the schedule for this coming season. He's like, when do you want to host? When do you want to host? You know, so, but they dedicated the courts to Mr. John Garvey. He's obviously been a contributor to the program for years to come.
Yeah, it said I think the coolest part about the whole deal is he's been doing it for 40 years, right? And he's coaching those kids, but they actually gave him the court while he's still alive. You know, it's like you're giving them their flowers while they're here. So I think that's kind of cool that he was actually there for the dedication instead of it being posthumous.
Right. I like that idea too, you know.
That was cool.
Yeah.
He looks like great shape to be 40 years doing anything. I mean, you know how he approached the
yeah,
scissors.
and you know, he's always got, like he said, he doesn't coach, quote unquote, he's not the head coach anymore. You know, he's down there, you know, he's hanging out, you know, likes to help the kids, you know. I think it's cool.
Yeah, now his name's on the complex. That's what better way.
Yeah, and it'll never come down.
Yeah,
you know,
sweet.
it's pretty cool. So congrats there, Mr. Garvey. That's an honor you should remember for the rest of the time, and it'll be up there 100 years from now. We have some downriver area boys soccer. The first round of the district playoffs happened last week, and teams that were on top in Division I, District 6, Lincoln Park took care of our Bears. It was a 9-3 final. We're not going to go into details who scored and who didn't. But Lincoln Park is going to take on Woodhaven, which Woodhaven, they are always on top, and that should be a pretty good match. And that's happening tomorrow, Tuesday the 19th.
Belleville beat Taylor High 5-0. Gibraltar Carson in Division II actually beat Southgate 4-0, and Allen Park beat New Boston 2-0.
And those two are going to play today.
Okay.
They're actually playing right now as we film. We'll know what happened next week. They're playing today, each other, and Trenton is playing Riverview as Trenton took care of Carleton. And we don't have who Riverview beat, but they're playing today also. And so we'll see where that goes from there.
I think that Melvindale might be a surprise team. They beat Detroit Cesar Chavez 8-1. Cesar Chavez usually has a pretty good soccer team.
And Melvindale, if I'm not mistaken, was state runner-ups, okay. But I don't think maybe the year before COVID, because I don't know if they played that last year, the fall sports.
They're really good though if they beat Chavez 8-1.
Is that Melvindale's solid in soccer. Yeah. Trust me. Yeah. Flat Rock took care of Canton Prep in overtime. Shootout overtime. It was a 5-3 score, yeah. And I was just trying to comprehend how you get up by 2, but they must have beat them by a couple in the shootout.
I got you. And then Huron Valley Lutheran actually beat Riverview Gabriel Richard in overtime 2-1, and then you had Monroe St. Mary's Catholic Central.
There you go.
Yeah, beat Allen Park Cabrini 9-1. So
manhandled Allen.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be some good games next week.
Yeah, like I say, 2 are playing right now, and tomorrow Woodhaven Lincoln Park. I'll bet that's a good one. Yeah. I'll bet that's a good one.
I like your alma mater. Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park, you like them?
Yeah, I
like their chances?
Yeah. Take the over.
Not that we would condone out gambling in any form.
Not on high school sports.
Not on high school sports. I want to talk golf. I got to play a little this weekend. It was good, nice weather. It was a little chilly Saturday, but Sunday was really nice. Divine Child, girls golf won the Division II state championship with an impressive 2-day performance at Bedford Valley and Battle Creek. A lot of nice golf out in Battle Creek. You talk about 14-guy trips for football. I've done plenty of 20-guy trips on golf courses for a weekend, like up north or out west. Yeah. Nothing better. They captured the Division II state championship. It was their first ever state title. It was the first ever state crown for a Dearborn area girls golf team, the last local squad to win a state championship in that sport was the 1963 Dearborn High's boys team.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they won by 9 strokes, so they won by a comfortable lead.
Comfortable enough.
Yeah.
5 golfers, 9 strokes. That's 2 a golfer.
Yeah. I think your number 1 should be worth under, though, right? Or
it's 4 golfers. My bad.
It's 4?
It's 4 golfers.
All right. So they won by 9 strokes, led by Julia Lizak, who led Divine Child with 157 over the days. She placed 7th overall. Was 2nd on the team and 9th. Zena Saad. She was 2nd on her team, but she was 9th overall.
Nice. And you know the funny thing, they were behind South Lyon, the last year's state champs. Now, little story behind that. I sold South Lyon these little putting aids that I make. Okay. And my buddy's daughter plays for South Lyon but wasn't on varsity yet. So he purchased 5 of them for the school. And they all practiced with their little putting things, and they won the state title last year. So, you know, for Divine Child to get in there, and they started out, you know, a few shots back the first day, but obviously they were the low total the second day, and jumped the field, man. Jumped the field, and good for them, man.
No, that's cool. I think my favorite part about it is it was in Ypsilanti, where I'm from. The state championship was at Pineview Golf Course in Ypsilanti.
And you know, that's they won the 3rd league championship, and that was their 2nd regional, I think they won. Yep. And then the other appearances that they've been there, They were in 5th, and they were previous 2 seasons they took 9th and 13th. So that's pretty good improvement. And if you beat, I'm going to say it right now, if you beat South Lyon, you were the hole was getting in the way. As I like to say in golf, as you putt it, when the hole gets in the way, the score is so much better.
Yeah.
You putt it and just miss left or right, score goes up. But when the hole gets in the way, I'm telling you, the scores are so much better.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The Woodhaven girls actually finished first at the Downriver Gabriel Richard invite. Wyandotte Roosevelt did really well. They came in 3rd, 117 points scored. So it looks like they did really well.
Yeah, low for, what did we have here? Leading Wyandotte, Aubrey McGoskey. She was 3rd overall. Now, the way we have figured this out over the years of doing this is that they just take whatever place you're in, and that's your point. Okay, so you have 300 kids running or 200 kids running in this invite, and they take, I'm going to think it's 5 scores from your team, the low 5 girls. That way, like Allen Park had 62 points, but Woodhaven had 31. Okay, so they had the number 2 girl, and then maybe, I don't know how many in the top few, but Allen Park's Lisa Lewicki was first out of 78 total runners. Okay, so if you're dead last, that's 78 points for your team.
Okay.
But
you only get 4 or 5 runners.
Yeah, I wouldn't say more than that.
Okay. So that makes sense because Woodhaven actually had 5 runners in the top 12.
Okay.
So that's why their number at 31 was so low.
Okay, so they do take 5.
Yeah.
That's amazing. 31 points.
That's
so
like 6. And
yeah.
the average is 6. Yeah, they did really good.
I'd say, I'm going to guess right now, they went like 2, 3, 5, 6, 9 or something like that. That isn't 31 though.
Yeah, because 3rd place was 117.
Here we go. I got it here. I had a runner-up, and that was Brianna Voljanov. And then Brooke Bedridge was 5th. Peyton Scheffler was 6th. Katie Dietrich was 8th, and Raylan McLaughlin was 12th. So that's it right there. And so those are the 5 that added up to 31.
I got you. The only thing that's kind of weird is Lincoln Park only had 1 runner, and she came in 13th.
She needs some teammates. She needs some friends. Well,
Because,
we said that about costs last year. She was always finishing 2nd, 3rd in these things. And, the other girls are finishing, all together at 33, at 34, and 35. Let's see. Aubrey McGoskey was 3rd. Mercedes Denzel, 19th. Paige Shinovar, 28th. Stevie Pizzo, 33rd. And Rianne Zager, 47th for the Wyandotte squad.
Okay.
That being said, that adds up to 117.
Right.
And that's a 3rd place finish, though.
That's a good finish.
It is what it is. You can't, Woodhaven. They have the runners this year.
Yep. Now, Trenton did have 1 top 10 finisher, and her name was Marissa Chewy, and she came in 7th, which is a really good number. Like you said, you just got to have some backup, right? Because the Lincoln Park was the only runner, and she was 13th.
Right, and Trenton didn't have enough to field a team either.
Okay.
From what I understand. And let's see, top runner for Anderson, Southgate Anderson, Sparrow Centino, 17th. That's a good showing.
Yeah.
Anna Melanson was 18th for Grosville. And then Carlson's lead runner on Saturday, Brooke Cifaldi, she finished 10, top 10.
Top 10.
Not bad.
Yep. Now, the last one we'll talk about is Cabrini. Ava, her name's Ava Teed. She finished 4th.
Yeah.
So she did really well for Allen Park Cabrini. Yeah.
So the recap is Allen Park's Lisa Lewicki 1st, Brianna Voljanov 2nd, Wyandotte's Aubrey McGoskey 3rd, and Cabrini's Ava Teed was 4th. Yeah. Put them on the same team, and you got 10 points right there.
And they all live close enough to be on the same team.
School of choice, right? It's school of choice. Anyway, getting that Cabrini girl out of that whole program, that'd be a difficult choice. But the other 3, they'll probably make you go to Woodhaven, probably have to recruit them all. But it is technically, it's Brownstown Woodhaven now. You know, it's a Brownstown Woodhaven school district where it used to, back in my day, it was, Woodhaven and Brownstown separate.
That's right.
So, and we've talked about not having enough bus drivers and all that other stuff, and I'm not sure how that all has settled. I haven't read anything about that lately. I will say one thing, it's nice to bounce some stuff off of people. Try doing a show by yourself, man.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant.
It's tough when you're not here, Marty. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough when you're not here.
Yeah, we got a few other things to chat about there. We got something going on in the rec center and a few other places.
First, let's talk about swimming a little bit.
Yeah,
all
you
right?
know, our swim team is a solid swim team through the school.
And the Wyandotte girls, we got 28 girls swimming right now.
Wow.
Over this past week, the winners in women's swimming were Woodhaven.
Shocking. That's shocking.
Trenton, Wyandotte beat Allen Park, Carlson, Trenton, and then Wyandotte also beat Lincoln Park. So this must be a couple weeks. Trenton beat Carlson, and Woodhaven beat Etzel Ford. So yeah, swimming. They're swimming really well right now. So that's going to be coming up too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have dates. The state finals. Obviously, football is Thanksgiving weekend. Always is down at Ford Field the 2 days after the Lions play.
Yeah.
And golf is the 15th and 16th. That's that was last weekend. We'll have to get some golf. Oh yeah, because we had a D2 state. Soccer's November 6th. November 19th and 20th. The swimming's way back there.
Okay.
The tennis, they played this weekend. We got no updates. And volleyball, November 20th, state finals. It's funny. There's nothing on tennis for in the papers and on the internet that I scour for information. That's interesting.
Session 2 for skating at Yak
skating.
Arena.
You know, I was an I program coach for many, many years as my kids were 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
The session's going to actually start the day before Halloween, so that's October 30th. And the Learn to Skate class for 6 and older is only 25 minutes, $55 for residents, $60 if you're a non-resident. That's really fair.
That's a pretty fair price right there.
They even got adult classes, and you can do the resident for $65 for the adults, 18 and older. And then they also got tot. Maybe that's what you were talking about, tot and snowplow, Sam?
Yeah, all that stuff. It was more hockey related, but it was I program where they give you the little PCV pipe holders to start out with. And as my son walked around the living room in his skates when he was just learning to walk, and you know what? He was one of the fastest kids on the team. He was very comfortable on his skates.
Because he was able to do the wood floor and the carpet
no
all the time?
Carpeting. We didn't step on the wood floor.
Okay.
The house was all carpeting. It was fun. You know, I don't. You know, I had a good time with all those coaching all them kids as they grew up.
And I would say, don't forget that you can go down to the Yak Arena and get your sports equipment. You can rent it and for free. You can borrow it. You use your ID. And you can go get anything from basketballs, pop-up goals, footballs, volleyballs, speed and agility training equipment, and pickleball paddles. We want to challenge our pickleball teacher, too. What's his name?
Tom Snyder.
Tom Snyder.
Mr. Snyder,
We're looking for you, Tom.
Yeah, because I think I can handle it. He said I need more than 5 points. I don't need more than 5 points.
I seen him play. You got it.
I got it. Yeah, how was that trip? You went down to the park many weeks ago. Yeah. But you went down to the park to check it out.
No, it looked great, you know, and the people were engaged in it. I think that the 2-man's easier than the 1-man.
Without a doubt.
I think that the 1-man could be challenging if someone led it that way. I mean, you know, led you to go chase the ball. But the 2-man, I think, would be pretty good.
My question with that, don't forget to get a hold of us on Local Sports Wrap Up. You can leave that up for a little longer if you want. I want to talk to you about the ball itself because Tom's going to give us the scientific way. But when they smack it, does it shoot like a tennis ball and it's out of play, or is there resistance and it kind of hangs around that you can get to it?
Yeah, the guys that were playing, I definitely could see that you could get to it. Now, I know Tom, I didn't see Tom play, but
I don't know if he played in his own tournament.
I could tell by the movement of the racket that they were putting spin on it.
Seems to be a lot of that. Yeah. It's all masse and finesse shots.
But for him, the earlier they played, the better they were. So later in the day, there was more
hacks like me.
Yeah, kind of beginnerish. You know what I mean? So I see more of the beginnerish people. But
so when they blast it like to the deep corner, it doesn't just continue. It kind of, because it's so light, it kind of hangs around. That's my point. That's what I'm trying to picture in my head, how that works.
I think that I don't know exactly how you mean, but it bounces up and it gives you time to get to it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that was what I was wondering. Well, this is a 30-minute flyby here, and I will say it's good to have you back, Ken. My bowling's starting up. Girls, you better be practicing. That's all I got to say, because no early blisters on the thumbs. I don't want to wear them out in the first week. But that's going to kick in pretty soon here. I got a meeting tomorrow night, and I've already met with Tom at the school, and it's just I can't wait to get started. My bowling has started. I don't even want to be there some days, but I do my best when I'm there.
No, that's good.
What do you got planned in the next? How about them Lions, huh? 38-11? 34-11. 34-11.
Yeah, Bengals covered.
Again, not that we condone any of that.
No, I'm watching sports, having fun. I want to thank our roving reporter.
Oh, Caroline, great job.
Yeah, she did a great job.
Great job, Joel behind the camera.
Yeah, Odds Jones.
Odd Jones switching. So anyway, we will see you next week. I want to say hi to my buddy Dave. He's in rehab. Not that kind of rehab. It's on operation, and he's in rehab. Good friend of mine. Actually came into town, took care of the other Ken for months on a time as his body was suffering. And now Dave's down. I want to fly down to New Mexico and go see him. But anyway, I want to say hi to Bo. Obviously, hi, Mom. And Ken here and me, we're going to get George's name off of that marquee. And we will see you next week on your Local Sports Wrap-Up. Don't forget, get a hold of us at localsportswrapup@gmail.com and YouTube. Thanks for watching. This was more fun than last week could ever be. See you in a week.